Okay, so let's learn about basic authentication in ASP.NET Core Web API. So let us see, we have got this client over here, which is my browser in this case, and it is let's call it a browser client. And then over here, I've got the server, which is hosting my web API solution, or it is exposing a web API endpoint over here. Okay. And the endpoint's name is, it is a get type endpoint, and the endpoint's name is home. So now when my browser client is going to make a request to this web server in order to get response, for this get home, server is going to fetch this request. It is going to process this request and figure out if this request can be validated or it can be authenticated and authorized based depending upon this controller over here, controller endpoint over here. And then accordingly, it is going to revert back. Now, let us also assume that this endpoint has been secured using a basic authentication mechanism. Okay, so we'll get into this basic authentication detail. What is that? But for now, let's assume that this endpoint of mine is secured using this basic authentication. Okay, so now the server gets this get request. It sees that this endpoint which is being requested for uses a basic authentication mechanism. So server will see this request if it contains any header. If it contains any header, with authorization key into it. So a request body will have a header and then it will have some payload, right? So if, let's say, if this is my request, this will be made up of two parts, header and some payload. Now, in order for the server to validate the request, it will look into this header part and it will verify if it has got an attribute called authorization in it. Okay. So now this get request that we have done here, it does not contain any header. So server will see, okay, it does not contain any header. So what it will do, it will send back a response of 401, which means an unauthorized request is being done. Okay. So now the client is going to process this 401 unauthorized response, and it will say, okay, that I need to pass in some username and password to my request in order for me to get some response back. Okay, so now the client is going to send another request to the server, but this time on the same endpoint, but this time it is also going to add some header into it. And the header will contain this key called authorized or authorization, and it will send some username and password. Okay, and then it will send it to the server. Now, when server sees such a kind of request which has got an authorization header with some username and password, it will verify those username and password against a DB value, and then it is going to send you back a response of 201 OK or maybe a 200 OK response. Okay, so this in nutshell is what is basic authentication. So you will have to pass in your username and password in each of your request headers so that the server can verify it. Once that is done, server will send you a 200 OK response or a 201 created response. So because this is a get request, we don't really have the 201 created response. Okay. One more thing to notice over here is, now you are sending your username and password, right? Now this is quite a sensitive information, and you just do not want to, pass it right away as it is in the string format. So how it is actually passed is, you will encode it using the base 64 encoding, so that when it is sent over on the network, no one is able to see your plain string username and password. One more thing is, if you are passing this over HTTP, someone can easily look at the base 64 string that you have passed, and he can actually decode that. So it is recommended that we use HTTPS whenever we are doing some basic authentication work, because whenever you use HTTPS, the network itself is encrypted. Okay, so this in a very nutshell, on a very high level, is what basic authentication in ASP.NET Core Web API works. And if you are able to explain this in your interviews, you should be good to go. Okay, in the coming video or in the next video, we'll be actually writing code to achieve basic authentication in the web API. Okay, so let's head over to the next part of the video, and let's do this actual in our Visual Studio.